very much indeed. Hello, I'm Alexander Armstrong and welcome to Pointless. This is the quiz where all the questions have been asked to 100 people before the show. All our contestants have to do is come up with the answers those 100 people couldn't think of. Let's meet today's players. And couple number one.
Hi, I'm Jack, and this is my friend Johnny, and we live in Cambridge.
Couple number two.
Hi, I'm Henry. This is my son, Dan, and we're from Manchester.
Couple number three.
Hi, I'm Jackie. This is my husband, Adam, and we're from Guildford.
And finally, couple number four.
Hi, I'm Christy, and this is my friend and housemate David, and we are from Glasgow and Bishopton.
And these are today's contestants. Thanks very much. A very warm welcome to all of you. Wonderful to have you here on Pointless. That just leaves one more person for me to introduce. Here to shake hands politely before stabbing our contestants in the back, politely, it's my Pointless friend, it's Richard.
Hiya.
Hey, everybody.
Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon to you as well.
Good afternoon.
Two returning pairs, Henry and Dan, welcome back. Got knocked out in round 2 last time. David and Christine got knocked out in round 1 last time. David, of course, a pilot. And he said if he got through to the final, maybe he'd do his pilot voice for us.
Yeah.
But obviously he didn't. We asked him to. You did yours.
I did. You did yours.
Yeah, do yours again briefly. Yours is really good.
Oh, I did my pilot voice, which is all about the gaps. If you take a look out of your port side windows now, you'll see the lights of Paris.
Oh, my God, you're so good.
Oh, thanks.
So good.
Oh.
And that's half of pilot school done.
I know.
After that, it's just flying the plane.
No, yeah. That's it.
Oh, David, I'm so sorry.
It's pretty much that, isn't it?
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Oh, there's a runway. That's it. I think. OK, now, listen, Chris and Jean didn't win the jackpot last time, so we're adding another £1,000 to that. So today's jackpot starts off at £4,000. Right, if everyone's ready, let's play Pointless. You know the score. Obviously, the score you know is to keep it low. At the end of each round, highest scorers, off they go. Best of luck. Our first category today is politics, everyone's favourite category. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, let's find out what the question is. Here it comes. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many post-war UK Prime Ministers and US Presidents as they could. Richard.
Looking for the name of anyone who's been President of the USA or Prime Minister of the UK from September the 2nd, 1945, all the way through to May 2019.
Thanks very much indeed, Richard. Johnny, welcome to Pointless. Tell us all about yourself, Johnny.
I'm Johnny. I'm training to be a vicar in Cambridge.
Lovely thing to be training to be. Lovely place to be training to be it. How's the training going, Johnny?
Very well. We just had exams, so it's nice to be on holiday. And yeah, I'm 2 years in through 3.
When you get to wear a dog collar, will you be wearing it with a black, or will you be going for the more interesting, maybe pale blue, or a paisley pattern, or will you go for a, I don't know? There's all kinds of looks these days.
Yeah, there's quite a lot of options.
Yeah. Have you given this thought?
It's the main thing we think about and talk about.
I should think it probably is.
I think I would probably go down the pale blue route. I'm wearing pale blue today.
Well, exactly. It becomes you, Johnny. It becomes you. I mean, when in the trainee vicars, in the course of your studies, when do you just try the look and just see what it looks like? It's quite fun, isn't it? I mean, at what stage?
We have a fair when all the people who sell the stuff come round and when we all try it on then. So I haven't done that yet.
Chasuble.
Yeah, well, yeah.
And a dalmatic and all these things like that. It's fun. Yeah. OK, Johnny, I'm distracting you from the issue at hand, which is UK Prime Ministers or US Presidents post-war.
A UK Prime Minister... Ted Heath.
Ted Heath, says Johnny. OK, let's see how many of our 100 people said Ted Heath. Is right. Down it goes to 27. Not bad at all. Good start to the show, Johnny. Thank you. Ted Heath.
Yeah, he was the first Tory to be elected leader by his fellow MPs. Ted Heath did all sorts of things. Captained the British sailing team.
Oh, yes, he did.
All sorts of stuff.
He was a pianist as well.
No, that's a different Ted Heath.
But he did play music of some sort, didn't he?
Possible.
I might have really got this completely
The
wrong.
Ted Heath Orchestra.
Yes, that was not him.
That's not him.
But I'm pretty sure he played...
He played the stylophone.
Of course he did. Yeah.
Famously did that in the House of Commons once when...
Not just once, all the time.
All the time.
That was his...
That's why they had to get rid of him.
Quite right. Thank you very much indeed. Now then, Henry, welcome back. Remind us all about yourself, Henry.
Well, I'm retired. I try to be as active as I can in my retirement. One of the things I do is to work with the Prince's Trust as a business mentor, trying to help young people get on in life, start their own businesses, ideally.
Oh, good for you, Henry. Very good indeed. So we're looking for post-Second World War UK Prime Ministers or US Presidents. What would you like to go for?
A few spring to mind, but I'll go with Anthony Eden.
Anthony Eden, says Henry. OK, let's see if that's right. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Anthony Eden. It is right. 27 is the only score we have so far. Down it goes to 9. Very well done. 9 for Anthony Eden.
Yeah, he was Foreign Secretary for most of World War II, Anthony Eden. And now, if you ever go and visit down in Cornwall, there's an amazing the Eden Project, which is...
And also he played the piano.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Jackie, a warm welcome to Pointless. Tell us all about yourself, Jackie.
I spend most of my time training my dogs. I've got 2 little dogs.
What sort of dogs are they?
They're German Spitz Klein. No one's ever heard of the
What? That
breed.
sounds like a drugs company.
But they're small and fluffy, but very athletic, and we do agility competitions.
Lovely.
I was on the UK team for 2 World Championships.
Wow.
For 2 years. Wow. So.
What, you don't breed them as well? No, you just train them. How long have you been doing that for, though?
About 3.5 years
Okay.
with one dog. One dog's a bit younger. And we train sort of 4 hours a week.
Lovely. And they must adore that.
Yeah, they love it.
Jackie, what would you like to go for?
I've got a safe answer and a risky answer.
You know what I'm going to say?
And I think given the last 2 answers, I might have to go with my riskier one. I think everyone's quite good. So I'm going to say UK Prime Minister David Lloyd George.
David Lloyd George, says Jackie. OK, let's see if that's right. Let's see how many of our 100 people said David Lloyd George. No, Jackie, I'm sorry. I'm afraid not in that time frame. Scores you 100 points, sorry.
Yeah, 1916 to 1922, David Lloyd George, I'm afraid. Sorry.
Thanks very much indeed, Richard. David, welcome back.
Thank you.
Remind us all about yourself, David.
Yep, so I'm an airline pilot from Scotland, originally living in London now.
And we discovered last time you're a long-haul pilot.
Yeah, it's long haul, so we get to go to some amazing places.
I mean, do you find yourself generally on the same routes, or is it a complete...
You tend to go to... You only fly one aircraft type in the company, so you tend to go to, myself, mainly North America, occasionally into Africa.
Ah, wonderful. So what's your type of plane? What do you fly?
It's a 747, the jumbo jet, as people would know it. So, yeah, get to go to these places and get to do a bit of exploring for a job. So
that's just amazing.
It's not bad.
Perfect chance to see the world, isn't it? So, David, who are you going to go for?
Well, I've got a riskier answer, but I think I might go a little bit safe. And US President George Bush Sr.
George H.W. Bush. Let's see how many of our 100 people said George Bush Sr. Is right. Very well done indeed, David. Down it goes to 17.
And a fellow pilot, David, as well, George Bush Sr. He won the Distinguished Flying Cross during the war.
I've forgotten that. Thank you very much. We're halfway through the round. That was quick.
That was quick, wasn't it?
Really quick.
There you go.
OK, let's have a look at the scores. 9, very well done, Henry. Once again, with the low scores there. Henry and Dan looking pretty strong. 17's where we find David and Christine. 27's where we find Johnny and Jack. Adam and Jackie, I'm afraid, at 100 there. Who knows what will happen on the next pass, Adam, but let's have a low score from you, just so you can take advantage in case anyone else slips up. We're going to come back down the line now. Will the second players please step up to the podium? OK, now remember, we're looking for the name of any UK Prime Minister or US President who's served since the end of World War II. Now, Christine, welcome back to Pointless.
you.
Remind us all about yourself.
Yeah, I am also from Scotland, live here in London now for work as cabin crew for the same airline as David.
So when you're cabin crew, are you always with the same immediate crew, or do you get
No.
chopped and changed about?
Yeah, it changes all the time. There are thousands of us, so every time you report for work, you're kind of working with new people. So it's great. You get
That's
to meet all sorts of different...
And every so often, a person you know from old comes along.
Yeah, That's always
fun.
a novelty. When you run into a familiar face that you did a trip to Vegas with or something, you'll always remember. You always remember them, so...
Very good indeed. Now, Christine, you are on 17. 82 or less keeps you in the game.
OK. So I'm not too confident with the time scales, so I'm going to go for something a little bit more recent. UK Prime Minister, I'll go for John Major.
John Major, says Christine. Here is your red line. Can you get below this red line with John Major? Let's find out. It's right, and you're through. Very well done. Sensibly played. 40 takes your total up to 57. Comfortably through.
Yeah, safe and sound. He was actually born during the Second World War, John Major, 1943.
Thank you very much, Richard. Adam, welcome to Pointless. Tell us all about yourself, Adam.
I'm a police officer. I'm a custody sergeant at Guildford. And when I'm not at work, I'm a runner.
Tell me, so what's a custody sergeant?
So I look after the cells, look after the people that have been arrested, feed them, water them.
That's the fun bit of it, isn't it? Yeah, I'm kind of joking. Yeah. So what sort of time of day do you... Well, it depends what shift you're on, I
There is no
suppose.
closing hours. It's
Is there
24/7, 365.
Wow.
Those are the bits I always like on the documentaries about the police when they bring them into the custody sergeant, and the custody sergeant is always absolutely stony-faced. Whatever they say, absolutely no mucking about. And they're being bleeped every 5 seconds. And the custody sergeant's just going, if you just calm down a little bit, sir, we'll get this all done very quickly. Just sit you in a cell, and they're like, bah, bah, bah. Love it.
Wow, I love the Ringo Starr custody sergeant. That's great. Brilliant. Adam, have you got a good answer?
I think I'm going to have to go a little bit risky. I'm going to say US President Jimmy Carter.
Jimmy Carter, says Adam. There's no red line for you at this stage because you're high scorers. Let's see how far down the column we get with Jimmy Carter. Well, it's right. Down it goes. Still going down to 8. That's exactly what we needed from you. In each case, there is a story in which you could be winners.
Yeah, very nicely played. Might have helped yourself out there. He was at the Naval Academy during the Second World War, Jimmy Carter, and of course went on to win the Nobel Peace Prize in 2002.
He was a peanut farmer.
Yes, he owned a large farm in Georgia, yeah.
And a pianist.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
Thank you very much, Richard. Now, Dan.
Hello.
Dan, welcome back. Remind us all about yourself.
So I'm from Manchester. I'm a finance systems manager stroke systems accountant who work in central London for food travel service company. And I met my wife, who was living in Panama at the time.
Where did you meet her?
I met on a dating app when the app went wrong. I was living in Cricklewood and she was living in Panama. I didn't even know where Panama was.
You thought that was just a bar in Hendon.
Yeah. I thought it was a street in Hendon.
What, you'd gone on the dating app. The idea was you meet someone nearby, and she was in Panama.
She's lived in Panama, and she couldn't really speak any English. And being English, I couldn't really speak any Spanish.
What then happened?
Well, for about 2 weeks to a month, we both denied that it was going to work, but we kept sort of persisting.
Well, you thought, we will have this date. We
Yeah.
will have this date if it costs us £1 million.
Cheap date, yeah.
Yeah.
And then after 6 months, she came here on holiday for 2 weeks. And then I left my job and moved out to live in a hostel in Panama for 3 months.
Dan, that's just lovely. And how's your Spanish now?
Poquito.
That bad.
Dan, that's such a lovely story. Brilliant. Now, you are nearly through to the next round. 98 or less gets you into the next round. So it's prime ministers or presidents since the Second World War.
OK, well, I had a risky, I had a very safe, and I had a normal safe. So a normal answer, so I'm going to stick with my gut. I'm going to go with Harold Macmillan.
Harold Macmillan, says Dan. Here's your red line. Let's see how quickly you can get below that with Harold Macmillan. That quickly. Down it goes to 13. Very well done indeed. 22, your total, the lowest total of the round.
Yeah, Tory Prime Minister from 57 to 63. He's part of the publishing dynasty, the Macmillan publishing dynasty.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Jack, welcome. Tell us all about yourself, Jack.
I'm from the lovely town of Widnes in the northwest, and I'm also training to be a vicar, so that's how I know Johnny.
Ah, are you also in the second year of this?
I'm in my first year of this. Johnny's like my big brother in college, looks after me.
That's nice. So where exactly is the college?
It's Ridley Hall in Cambridge.
And how many people are there?
Well, there's about 60 ordinands? No. Yeah, about 50, 60 ordinands there.
I would like to think, given that you're all trained to be vicars, it's a nice bunch of people. I'd thought a friendly bunch. No one stands out, I would hope, in Vicar College as a nasty piece of work.
No, we're a community full of grace, even for the nasty pieces.
Well, exactly. Oh, that's tactful. A community of grace. Very nice. And what are your interests, Jack?
I do quite a lot of knitting in my spare time.
Do you now?
Yeah, it's quite,
It's very therapeutic.
It is. And also, St. Peter was very good at making nets. It's quite appropriate for a vicar, I think.
Fantastic. OK, Jack, there you are. 27 is your current score. 80 or less gets you into round 2.
Oh. Well, I think I might just play it safe then, if 80 gets us in. Seeing how low George H.W. Bush was. That was the one we had, wasn't it?
That's the one we've had,
yes. So I'll go with George W. Bush.
George W. Bush. OK, let's see how many of our 100 people said that. Here is your red line. Can George W. Bush get you below it? Yep, it can. Down it goes to 19. 46 is your total.
Yeah, when he was governor of Texas, he was asked the question, what's your favourite childhood book? And he said The Very Hungry Caterpillar, which is a very, absolutely cute answer, except that he was 23 when that was published. So, I don't know. Let's take a look. There's no pointless answers at all, so I'm going to take you through the lowest scorers. The lowest possible scorer, Lyndon B. Johnson, would have scored you 3 points, as would Alec Douglas Hume. So those are the 2 lowest scorers. You would have got 4 for Eisenhower, you'd have got 5 for Truman, 6 for Ford and Attlee. You'd have got 10 for Nixon, 12 for Callahan. You would have got 20 for JFK, 22 for Ronald Reagan. Should we take a look at the top 3? The ones that most of our 100 people mentioned. David Cameron was 4th. This was, how do you pronounce that? I don't know. I never... I think she was mid-50s. She would have scored you 57 points. Tony Blair would have scored you 59. And top of the shop, Margaret Thatcher on 66.
Thank you very much, Richard. Well, we are at the end of our first round, which means we have to say goodbye to one of our pairs. Adam and Jackie, I'm so sorry. We've only just got you here. We'll see you next time, though. And I'm sure you'll go much, much further. But meantime, thank you very much indeed. Adam and Jackie. But for the remaining 3 pairs, it's now time for round 2. Very well done, everybody. You all made it through the politics round without putting a foot wrong. Henry, our lowest individual scorer. Henry and Dan, our lowest combined scorers. But well done, everyone. Best of luck for round 2. Our category for that today is pop music. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. And the question concerns 2018's most streamed songs by year. Richard?
Yeah, it's a fun one, this. The BPI, using official chart company figures, looked at all the most streamed songs of 2018, streamed on the internet, and they then went back to the year of release of each of those songs and told us what were the most popular songs from various different years based on how much they were streamed in 2018. You're going to see the name of the band, you're going to see initials of the song and the year in which they were released. But what are these songs?
Thank you very much indeed. So what are the songs from these years? Let's have a look at our first board of 6. And we've got 1966, The Rolling Stones, PIB. 1972, Stevie Wonder, S. 1982, Toto, A. 1989, The Stone Roses, W. 1994, Mariah Carey, AIWFCIY. And 2018, Drake, GP. I'm going to read everything again. 1966, The Rolling Stones. 1972, Stevie Wonder. 1982, Toto. 1989, The Stone Roses. 1994, Mariah Carey. And 2018, Drake. There we are. So, Jack, we are looking for the names of these songs hinted at by those initials.
Well, I'm struggling there. I think I'm going to go for 1982, Toto with Africa.
Africa for Toto. OK, let's see how many of our 100 people said Africa. Right. Look at that, not bad, 57. 57 for Africa.
Yeah, it's interesting that with the advent of streaming and this, that, or the other, that certain songs endure and certain songs reach new generations time and time again. And Africa's one of those. It's never, ever, ever not going to be an incredibly famous song now. There's just something about it, right?
Absolutely. Thank you, Richard. Dan.
Hello. I've got a few here, but I'm going to go for the Rolling Stones, Paint It Black.
Paint It Black, says Dan for the Rolling Stones. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Paint It Black. That's right. And it takes you down to 30. Very good. 30 for Paint It Black.
Yep, Rolling Stones, Paint It Black. There you go.
That's it.
Yeah, I don't know if they did or not.
Did they go for a matte or a gloss?
Matt Gloss from Bros.
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. OK, now, David, this board is all yours. Do you feel like filling in all the blanks?
I can't fill it all in because music's not my thing, but I think Stevie Wonder, Superstition, but almost semi-embarrassingly, I'm going to go for Mariah Carey and say, All I Want for Christmas Is You.
Nothing embarrassing about that. It's a fantastic song, whichever way you dress it up. OK, let's see how many of our 100 people said All I Want for Christmas Is You. It's right. And look at that, down it goes. Down to 41. Well chosen, David.
Yeah, there were lots of Christmas songs, actually, were the most streamed songs of the year. Fairy Tale of New York was, Merry Christmas Everyone by Shakin' Stevens, Step Into Christmas by Elton John, something about them that, again, endures. Now, shall we look through the rest of these? You are quite right about Superstition. Would have been a much better answer, actually. Would have scored you 21 points. This is an amazing one. It wasn't a big single at all, Stone Roses.
Waterfall.
Waterfall, yeah. It's used a lot in football chants.
Yeah, exactly.
So possibly that's the reason behind it. Would have scored 14 points anyway. And Drake should have got this on podium 1.
God's Plan.
God's Plan, yeah. Would have scored 18. So Waterfall is the best answer.
There we are. Thank you very much indeed. Well, we are halfway through the round. Let's have a look at those scores. 30, well done, Dan. Good. Then up to 41, where we find David and Christine. Then 57, Jack and Johnny. Not very far ahead, but ahead. So, Johnny, there we are. You know what you have to do. Good luck. We're going to come back down the line now. Will the second players please step up to the podium? OK, shall we put 6 more clues up on the board? Here they come. 1962, Sam Cooke, B-I-O-H-T-M. 1976, Fleetwood Mac, G-Y-O-W. 1988, Tracy Chapman, F-C. 1991, Nirvana, S-L-T-S. 2006, The Kooks, N. And 2012, Passenger, L-H-G. I'll read everything bar the song initials this time. 1962, Sam Cooke. 1976, Fleetwood Mac. 1988, Tracy Chapman. 1991, Nirvana. 2006, The Kooks. And 2012, Passenger. There we are. Christine, what are you thinking?
Yeah, not too sure. I'm going to have to go with Fleetwood Mac, I think. Go Your Own Way.
OK, Go Your Own Way, says Christine. Here's your red line. Let's see how close to that we can get with Go Your Own Way. Not bad, Christine, not bad at all. 41 takes your total up to 82. Exactly the same score, incidentally, as David got.
Yeah, and another song that wasn't a hit at the time at all, number 38, that reached in 1976.
Really?
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Richard. Now, Henry.
I'm struggling. Not my favourite category. Fleetwood Mac, a particular favourite, so I would have gone for that one. No, I'm sorry.
You're going to have to make something up, Henry. Has it come to that?
If I was making one up, I'd go for the one with the fewest initials. That would be my...
I think, yes.
Yeah, so I suppose I should go for the Cooks.
Too many of those. That's your broth gone.
Nancy.
Nancy, by the Kooks.
Yes.
Let's see if that's right. Here is your red line. What happens when we say Nancy? I'm afraid that is what happens when we say Nancy.
Yeah.
It scores you 100 points. It may not be the last 100 points of the round. You never know. 130 is your total.
Perfect use of initials there. That worked very nicely. N for Nancy.
Good name for a perfectly credible.
That's the sort of thing the Kooks would do as well.
They would be all over that. Johnny, this board's all yours. Here's fun.
Yeah.
Do you want to take a little
Much
traipse
better
down the
than I
board?
expected. I've no idea for Sam Cooke. Sounds like a fun phrase, but no idea. Tracy Chapman, Fast Car. Nirvana, Smells Like Teen Spirit. The Kooks, I think, is Naive. And Passengers, Let Her Go. We'll go Tracy Chapman, Fast Car.
Fast Car. OK, let's see how many of our 100 people said Fast Car. There's your red line. Can you get below that and get into the head-to-head? It's right, and you can. Very well done indeed, Johnny. 42, taking your total up to 99.
Well played, Johnny. Yeah, gave us 4 correct answers there. You chose the highest scorer of all 4, though. But it matters not. Nirvana would have scored you 35. That is Smells Like Teen Spirit. Passenger down the bottom there. That's a lovely song as well, isn't it? 20 points for that. Let Her Go. And the Kooks, it was Naive, and would have scored 13 points. It's a song about his girlfriend, Nancy. And the best answer on the board is up the top there. You can maybe work it out from the initials if you know the song. Bring It On Home to Me. Sam Cooke. 10 points for that.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Well, we are at the end of our second round, which means we have to say goodbye to another pair. Henry and Dan, I'm afraid it's you, our wonderful low scorers of old. It's been brilliant having you on both shows. Thank you so much for playing Henry and Dan. Wonderful contestants. But for the remaining 2 pairs, it is now time for the head-to-head. Very well done, David and Christine, Johnny and Jack. You're now 1 step closer to the final and a chance to play for our jackpot, which currently stands at £4,000. Well, we've reached the head-to-head. You now play as a pair, and the first pair to win 2 questions in this round will be playing for that jackpot. Well, this is fun.
It's interesting, isn't it? Vickers versus people who work on a plane. There's a lot of similarities, aren't there?
Actually, you walk into a church, don't you? You walk in, and then you turn right, and then you go down an aisle, and then you take your place.
Hold on a
hang
minute.
on. They both work in places with aisles.
Yeah. Then someone starts talking and you pretend to listen while actually you're looking at your iPad. It's the same. It's the same thing.
There we go. Good.
Shall we play the head-to-head?
I think we probably better had. Thank you very much, Richard. Best of luck to both pairs. Let's play the head-to-head. OK, here comes your first question, and it concerns synonyms of Dickens' works. Richard.
Yeah, we're going to give you the 5 titles of 5 Dickens novels or novellas now, but we've used our own words, synonyms of those titles. But what are these titles, please?
Thank you very much indeed. Let's reveal our 5 synonyms of Dickens titles. Here they come. We have got A Story of a Pair of Metropolitan Areas, Problematical Occasions, Desolate Residence, Spin Round Mr. Cromwell, and An Acquaintance of You and Me. I'm going to read everything again. A Story of a Pair of Metropolitan Areas, Problematical Occasions, Desolate Residence, Spin Round Mr. Cromwell, and An Acquaintance of You and Me. There we are, David and Christine. You're our low scorers, so you get to go first.
We're going to go for spinning round Mr. Cromwell and go for Oliver Twist.
Oliver Twist,
Yeah.
say David and Christine. Johnny and Jack, do you want to talk us through the rest of those Dickens synonyms?
Yep, so it's a tale of two cities for a story of a pair of metropolitan areas. Problematical occasions is hard times. Desolate residence is bleak house. And I think the one we'll go for is an acquaintance of you and me is our mutual friend.
Our mutual friend. OK, so we have Oliver Twist and our mutual friend. David and Christine said Oliver Twist. Let's see how many of our 100 people said that for Spin Around Mr. Cromwell. $37. Meanwhile, Johnny and Jack have gone for an acquaintance of you and me, our mutual friend. Let's see how many of our 100 said our mutual friend. It's right, and it wins you the point. Well done, that goes down to 15. And that means Johnny and Jack, after one question, you are up 1-0.
Well, the best answer on the board as well there. The worst answer on the board is the top one. Tale of Two Cities would have scored you 59. You're quite right about Hard Times. That would have scored you 21. And 45 for Bleak House.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. OK, here comes your second question. Now, David and Christine, you have to win this one to stay in the game, so good luck. Today's second question is all about editors. Richard.
We're going to show you 5 pictures now of people who have the title editor or editor-in-chief, or have done at some point, but who are they, please?
Thank you very much indeed. Let's reveal our 5 editors, and here they come. We have got A, B, C, D, and E. There we are. 5 editors. Johnny and Jack, you get to go first this time.
I think we're going to go for D, and we're going to say that it is Andrew Neil.
D, Andrew Neil, say Johnny and Jack. D, Andrew Neil. Now then, David and Christine, can you talk us through the rest of that board?
A little bit. I think A is George Osborne. I don't know who B is. C, Piers Morgan. I think E is that Janet Street Porter. OK, we'll go for A and say George Osborne.
A, George Osborne. So we have Andrew Neil and we have George Osborne. Johnny and Jack have gone for Andrew Neil. For D, let's see how many of our 100 people said Andrew Neil. Andrew Neil is absolutely right. And Dan, that goes to 19. 19 for Andrew Neil. David and Christine, meanwhile, have gone for A and said George Osborne. Let's see how many of our 100 people said George Osborne. It is George Osborne. Oh, and that goes to 47, which means very well done indeed. Johnny and Jack, after 2 questions, you are straight through to the final, 2-0.
Nicely played. Yeah, George Osborne edits the Evening Standard. Andrew Neil used to edit the Sunday Times, The Economist as well. We will take this 2 slightly bigger answers first. C, of course, is Piers Morgan. He used to edit the News of the World and the Mirror, 74 for Piers Morgan. E is Janet Street Porter, of course. Used to edit The Independent on Sunday, 55 for her.
You can tell from that photograph that she loves fluorescent butter.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, loves it.
And the best answer is B. It's the editor of British Vogue. Yeah.
And he's called Edward Oh, well, there you are, Edward Enninful.
Edward Enninful, the editor of British Vogue. Very well done if you said that's a pointless answer. Good work.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. So the pair leaving us at the end of the head-to-head round, and I'm afraid the pair leaving us for good, our golden couple. You've played incredibly well right across the show. And we were that close to getting to hear your pilot's voice. I can't believe it.
Sabotage. You sabotaged it.
Oh, do you think maybe that's what it was?
Yeah.
He just didn't want us to do it. Anyway, we'll just have to fly with your airline and hope we get lucky. Anyway, lovely having you on the show. Thank you so much. David and Christine.
Thank you. Bye.
So for Johnny and Jack, it's now time for our Pointless Final. Huge congratulations, Johnny and Jack. You have fought off all the competition and you have won our coveted Pointless trophy. You now have a chance to win our Pointless jackpot, and at the end of today's show, the jackpot is standing at £4,000. Very well done. See, this run just continues of people coming on for the first time and going straight through to the final. It's just extraordinary. We're barely getting to know people, which is a great shame. We'd have loved to have had you come back, and we could have asked you more about the vicar training, time up at Cambridge. Oh, well, we're just going to have to ask you now what you'd like to see come up in this last round. What's going to help you win that jackpot?
Well, I think some Bible questions will be handy. Muster them up.
Generally church-themed would be good. Harry Potter, quite like that.
Well, musicals wouldn't be too bad either.
OK. OK, well, who knows? What comes up on this round is always a mystery, but the 4 things that you can wrestle with today are Mary, Queen of Scots, acting dynasties, the year 1964, the All Blacks. What do we think?
For me, the All Blacks, probably. For you?
I don't know, acting dynasties maybe? It'd be all on you for the All Blacks.
Yeah. Year 1964? No idea.
I don't know what happened then.
Mary, Queen of Scots, maybe. Up to you what you
I
want.
don't know a lot about her. Oh, I don't know.
Should we do the All Blacks?
Let's do the All Blacks, go on.
Cool, we'll go for the All Blacks.
OK, the All Blacks it is.
Hey, very best of luck looking for any of the following 3 things, please. Looking for any of the 15 All Blacks who played in the World Cup final in 1987 against France. We are looking for any New Zealand World Rugby Player of the Year nominee from 2001 all the way through to 2018, please. Or we are looking for any city that hosted an All Black match in 2018. So the team against France there, anyone who's been nominated for Player of the Year who's an All Black, and the cities that hosted All Blacks matches. Very best of luck.
Thank you, Richard. Now, as always, you've got up to 1 minute to come up with 3 answers. All you need to win that jackpot is for just one of your answers to be pointless. You don't have to answer all 3 categories. Focus on whichever categories you like the look of. Are you ready?
Yes.
Let's put 60 seconds up on the clock. There they are. Your time starts now.
No idea for the first one.
OK, me neither.
Second one, well, should we do the last one? Probably Wellington.
Yeah.
Where's Eden Park? Is it in Dunedin?
Quick time.
New Zealand World Rugby Player of the Year nominees. Bowden Barrett, definitely. Probably Israel Dag,
Yeah,
I would guess. I mean, Dan Carter, definitely, but he'll be the one people will know.
Okay.
Richie McCaw, ditto. Other places, cities in New Zealand.
I don't know, yeah, Auckland, Wellington, Hobart. Is that now? It's Australia,
Australia. I reckon we go for Dunedin for the All Blacks. There is a rugby ground there. We go for Bowden Barrett, and we go for New Zealand World Rugby Player of the Year since 2001.
10 seconds left.
So Bowden Barrett, no. Should we go Aaron Cruden, maybe? Let's go for Israel Dag. Okay.
OK, sounds like you've got your 3 answers. That's your time up. Let's have them.
So for cities that hosted the All Blacks,
Yes.
we'll go for Dunedin.
Dunedin.
For New Zealand's World Rugby Player of the Year nominees, we'll go for Bowden Barrett.
Bowden Barrett.
And Israel Dag.
And Israel Dag. I like your nodding there, Jack. Good.
Yeah, I'm very knowledgeable on these
yes,
matters. Yeah.
Good. Of those 3, which do you think is your best shot at a pointless answer?
Probably Israel Dag.
OK, Israel Dag goes last. Least likely to be pointless?
Dunedin.
Dunedin, and then Barrett goes in the middle. OK, well, let's put those answers up on the board in that order then, and here they are. We have got Dunedin, Bowden Barrett, Israel Dag. 3 answers there. Wouldn't it be great if one of those turned out to be pointless and won that jackpot for you, £4,000? What would you like to do with it if you won? Johnny first.
It's my wife's birthday today, actually. So I think it would be something for her, and she would like to go on holiday. So I think probably holiday somewhere.
That would almost make up for you missing her birthday by being here.
Well, yeah, that's the hope.
She might even forgive you that. Jack, how about you?
It's not my wife's birthday, but I think she would still appreciate some money for our family holiday this year.
Very nice. OK, well, let's hope. Let's hope one of these 3 excellent answers wins that jackpot for you. Your first answer is Dunedin. In this case, we were looking for any cities that hosted All Blacks matches in 2018. If Dunedin is pointless, £4,000 is yours. Let's see how many people said Dunedin. It's right. It just has to go all the way down to 0, and that £4,000 jackpot is yours. Down we go through the teens. We are into single figures, still going down with Dunedin, still going down with 2. 2 people got Dunedin, but very well done. That's a great answer. Your next answer was Bowden Barrett. In this case, we were looking for New Zealand's World Rugby Player of the Year nominees. If Bowden Barrett is pointless, that £4,000 is yours. How many people said Bowden Barrett? Again, it's right. Dunedin, your first answer, took us down to 2. Bowden Barrett, can we break that 2? Let's keep... Oh, down to 2 again. OK, 2 2s. We've got to do it with your third and final answer. This is the one you thought was probably your best shot at a pointless answer, if it was right. Israel Dagg. And again, we're looking for New Zealand's World Rugby Player of the Year nominees. 4,000 quid is riding on this. Is Israel Dagg pointless? How many people said it? Israel Dagg, good luck. Oh, no! Oh, no! Oh, I'm so sorry. Two brilliant answers there. I'm afraid you just narrowly missed out on finding that all-important pointless answer, so I'm afraid you don't win today's jackpot. But don't forget, you have won pointless trophies, so very well done for that, and well done for playing so well right across the show. Brilliant performance.
Yeah, terrific performance throughout, gents. Very unlucky in that final round. Two-point answers. Very impressive work. We'll start with the 1987 New Zealand World Cup final players. Some people at home would have got answers here. Alan Wetton, his twin brother, was also an All Black. Buck Shelford, Joe Stanley, Warwick Taylor. His son and brother also both played for the All Blacks. You also could have had John Drake and Stephen McDowell. Those were the pointless answers there. Now, the Player of the Year nominees, there'll be people you know here. You could have had Dane Coles. You could have had Mills Muliaina. You could have had Piri Wipu. You could have had Rieko Ioane. Also, Ben Smith, Jerome Kano, and Tama Umaga. All of those are pointless answers. Some familiar names amongst those. And that was the category actually to get you pointless answers, because there's only one pointless answer in the final category, those cities, and that is Yokohama. Yokohama. But very well done to anyone at home who'd got any of those pointless answers.
Thanks very much, Richard, and thanks once again to Johnny and Jack. I'm sorry you didn't win our jackpot today. That will therefore roll over onto the next show, when we will be playing for £5,000. There it is. Join us then to see if someone can win it. Meanwhile, it's goodbye from Richard.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.